Hello, and welcome back to another coffee talk. Today I'm actually drinking a tea, although I did make a salted caramel earlier, but it's gone. I've been doing a lot of coffee talk stuff today, so I've been drinking lots of drinks, and tea has been the new one. So this is the Puka Feel New tea. Cheers. And today I'm going to do a card reading. I haven't publicly done card readings. Oh gosh, I don't even know. I think in my brain's telling me since Talktober. That was the last time, because I had like a little mini series in the Talktober series where it was like every Tuesday was a card reading. Some people loved it, some people didn't. This is not your cup of tea. Literally, that is totally okay. But if it is your cup of tea, I definitely welcome you to join me today. I want to share with you guys these decks, and I'm going to leave a link to them down below because the creator of the decks are doing a Kickstarter to try and raise enough money to really like create these decks and then be able to sell them and spread them. They sent me one of each to play around with. The original deck is the Aradia's Oracle, a guiding light to insight and inspiration. This is what it looks like. And they are very, like, if you like minimalism in decks, if you are someone that is a less visual and more, I don't know what the word would be, but if you are a person of words, where words hold a lot of power for you, then you will like these decks because they are very simple, very minimalistic, and they just hold the word for your answer or for your reflection. And I'm going to get into my disclaimer like I usually do with card readings in just a second of like how I use cards, my intentions behind them, and just kind of give that disclaimer, because I do know that like everybody uses these types of tools differently. And some people truly do believe that this can be like, that this is some kind of bad thing to do, or maybe don't believe in it, whatever it is. But before I do, the second deck that I have here is the Aradia's Oracle Rouge. This is the Romance Edition. So this one is more for relationships, love, romance. I feel like this one could also be used like for fun in a relationship if you can like find a way to incorporate that in your romantic energy, your relational energies. But today I'm just going to do a card reading both for love and for life and share how you can use these decks. So the back of the deck says, introducing Aradia's Oracle. Aradia, a mythical figure bestowing spiritual knowledge, invites you to conspire with the universe, making her your faithful companion on the journey of life. A powerful sacred deck that taps into source energy and offers a new perspective and unparalleled insight. Every shuffle unveils messages from the universe, helping you reveal its secrets intertwined with ancient wisdom and cosmic energy. Each reading provides gentle guidance and subtle hints of what awaits for you on the path ahead. You can find a trusted confidant in Aradia. Unveiling your truth is just one question away. Quickly, my disclaimer with card readings. I personally don't believe when you're flipping a card that the card itself holds your future. I don't think anybody can hold the future. I think your future is in your own hands. We craft our own future with our own hands, metaphorically, and with the subconscious mind, or the subconscious eye, if you will, the third eye, the openness into the deeper parts of the recesses of your brain, holds a lot of the seeds that we are unknowingly planting in our future through the present. So when doing card readings, I feel like the card is just a smaller version of a mirror into the subconscious. And by that, I mean, when you flip a card and you see the word, or you see the vision, you see the answer, you ask a question, you flip a card, it's giving you an answer. Your reaction to that answer is what holds the meaning of cards to me, and like the way to use the tool of cards to me. Because I feel like if I flip a card and I'm asking a question and the answer is abundance, then to me immediately I'm like, okay, so what does abundance look like? What is an abundance answer to the question that I ask? If the question is, what should I focus on in 2025? And the answer comes as abundance, to me that means like focus on love, focus on like generating more energy, focus on putting out more energy, focus on like the gratitude which generates abundance. Like that is how that answer pulls from my own subconscious and gives me my own answer from within. So I think it does nothing more than reflects the answers that you already have within yourself. We all have innate wisdom built into our bodies, built into our consciousness. And when we can get curious about it and like open to it, then I think we can, again, use our hands to craft our futures in ways that uses things like cards as tools to better understand what's going on deeper within ourselves. So I don't think that there's any kind of like external energy or external thing that's giving me some kind of answer. That's the way that I like to use cards. And if you have a different philosophy with cards, I would love to hear them. I would love to hear what is your concept when it comes to these things? So we'll start with the basic deck, the classic Aradia's Oracle. And I love the notion that she is a faithful companion on your journey of life. Like the idea of, I'm reading Magic Lessons right now or listening to it on Spotify. It's one of the practical magic books in the series by Alice Hoffman, and it's about Maria. She's the original witch from the 1600s. And I imagine her having this deck in her pocket and like using it as part of her own tools in her own craft. We are going to, oh wow, that was weird. The bottom card is abundance. I'm going to leave this open-ended. I'm going to let you come up with any question you want. And whatever the card is what we'll all gather our own unique answers using the same word. So think of a question. I am going to go with the universal question of what is the universal energy of 2025? What does the collective consciousness need to focus on energetically for 2025? And 2025 is 522, so I'm going to shuffle 9 times. It's not deeper than that. It's literally just I just needed something to give me a shuffle number. The card is good news. For the question, the collective question, I feel like this means we need to focus on, it makes me think of on Instagram, I follow a couple accounts that are literally good news accounts. So they just post wholesome, happy things. And that feels like in 2025, not to turn a blind eye to the important things we should be aware of that are happening in the world, but that we should also focus more of our energy on also welcoming in good news, welcoming in good energy. Don't just focus on the dark corners of the world in 2025. Also focus on the light corners, the good things, the wholesome moments, the happy things happening around the world. Because it's like what's that quote where attention goes, where attention goes, energy flows. Is that what the quote is? It's an idea or a concept that what we focus on, we bring life to. And so if we're all stuck focusing on all of the bad things happening in the world, then we bring more life to the bad things happening, which again, can be a great thing. It's not giving it any thought or energy, because when we again bring life to the bad things, then maybe we can bring light to the bad things. Maybe we can help, we can be alchemists and create goodness into the bad corners, or bring light into the shadowy corners. But also, if we focus on the good news around us, the good things around us, then we can also bring more life to the good things in life, to the good corners of the world, to the bright areas, to the counterbalance of dark energy. And it does feel like there's a lot of dark energy, If you feel open to sharing, I would love to hear if that actually answered your question in some way, or what came up for your subconscious with this card. But yeah, you can see what I mean. It's just a very point blank answer to any kind of question. You could ask, what kind of day are we all gonna have today whenever we're watching this? Truth. It's a day of truth. I've got to face the day for what it is. Look at it for what it is, accept it for what it is, live in your truth today, move through your truth today. That is how you can use these cards daily. You can use it as part of your bigger card readings, or your more especially if, I know with the new year coming around, oh, this one flipped out. Money out. Wow, we didn't even look in the deck actually. Hold up. So our cards were good news, truth, and money out. Let's see what the deck says. And money out jumped out when we were talking about doing a big card reading for the year. So this is how the good news card is intended to be known by the creator of the deck. Good news, embracing joy and positivity in life's moments. So hold that in mind with whatever your question was for the first card. Opening your heart to the joyful moments that life brings. Embrace gratitude, celebrate achievements, and share in the happiness of others. Let the power of good news uplift your spirits, inspire your actions, and remind you that there is always a reason to cherish and celebrate life's blessings. Good news has a ripple effect, spreading positivity and optimism to those around us. It fosters a sense of connection and shared joy, strengthening relationships and building a supportive community. It reminds us of the beauty and resilience of the human spirit, uplifting us during difficult times and offering a glimmer of light in the darkest moments. That is what I feel like. Thinking of that being the answer to what the collective consciousness needs in 2025 is so beautiful. It reminds us that the beauty and resilience of the human spirit. that is going to be the theme of 2025 if I were to like use that as an indicator. Uplifting us during difficult times and offering a glimmer of light in the darkest moments. Embracing good news means celebrating the victories, big and small, and finding gratitude in the blessings coming our way. It involves cultivating a positive mindset and recognizing the power of optimism in shaping our experiences. It encourages us to focus on the bright side of life, inspiring us to persevere, dream big, and pursue our passions. So 2025, we are persevering, we are dreaming big, and we are pursuing our passions collectively. That is what I claim for 2025, but curious to know if that answers whatever question came to mind for you. Truth means illuminating the path to authenticity and wisdom. Don't underestimate the transformative power of truth, as it can catalyze inner self-discovery. In the realm of truth, find the liberation to be yourself fully. So given that this would be the question was for today, be yourself fully today, the empowerment to live with integrity, and the wisdom to navigate life's complexities with clarity and grace. That's a good energy to go into a day with. Embracing truth empowers us to live in alignment with our values, to make choices that reflect our deepest aspirations, and to honor our authentic selves. It liberates us from the masks we wear and allows us to show up fully in our relationships, our work, and our purpose. This is a great card, like day-to-day card. Truth is not always easy to find or embrace, but it may challenge our preconceived notions, disrupt our comfort zones, or force us to confront inconvenient realities. But in its pursuit, we can uncover the wisdom, clarity, and freedom that comes with living a life steeped in truth. And then the money out card meant conscious spending and empowered choices. So let money out be a conscious act of empowerment, a reflection of your values, and a catalyst for positive change. Mindfully directing your financial resources can create a ripple effect of abundance, generosity, and purpose. Embrace the power of money out to shape your financial reality and contribute to a more sustainable and meaningful life for yourself and others. Money out is not about restriction or deprivation, but about making choices that bring joy, fulfillment, and alignment. It encourages us to prioritize experiences, relationships, and investments that enrich our lives and create lasting value. It invites us to practice gratitude for what we have and to approach our financial decisions with greater intention. By embracing conscious spending, we can cultivate financial well-being, reduce waste, and positively impact our communities. Which I feel like is such a good card going into the holiday season. Like thinking about smaller businesses to support through the Christmas season. Also the less waste, like picking things intentionally when gift giving so that there's less waste in the people we give to, but also just in general into the world. The second deck, the Aradia's Oracle, the romance version. If you're a romantic, you'll like this one. It says, introducing Arcadia's Oracle Rouge Romance Edition, an exhilarating journey into the depths of your relationship redefined by Rouge Romance. For this deck, it says, discover the untamed magic of your relationship with Aradia's Oracle, where every revelation sparks a new chapter with Rouge Romance. So for this card, we will be asking about our love lives. You can ask any question you want, obviously, if you wanted to use this as your answer and just see again what it reflects in you as an answer. But I'm going to ask collectively, in regards to our loving relationships, what can we expect going into the new year in regards of our loving relationships? In regards to our love life, what can we expect more of going into the year? Ooh, selfish lover is the answer. So I would interpret this to mean, a couple things. It could definitely mean be wary of selfish love out there, but this also I feel like can mean self-love. We need to romanticize like loving ourselves a little bit more. There is a coffee talk going out, I think right after this one, that's literally about the myth of Narcissus and how he falls in love with his reflection in the pond and like the modern day version of that, and how narcissism is like rampant in the modern day, but also it's so interesting to see how narcissism, like the energy of narcissism collectively, it's in the collective consciousness, like it's in social media, it's everywhere, right? And we're all prone to it. However, yet we feel like one of the most insecure generations. Maybe I'm wrong because I've never belonged to any other generation, but just to say, like, for a generation that is so deeply at our core trying to fix ourselves all of the time and like escape ourselves all of the time, we're also one of the most narcissistic. And I don't claim that individually for everyone. I just mean, again, on a collective consciousness scale. So it's interesting, like the selfish lover, I want it to mean less about being selfish, but I want it to mean more about that internal flame, more about keeping your own internal flame alive. And like, you cannot pour your love into other people if you're not also pouring it into yourself. So that feels like it feels like a good omen from that perspective. That yes, from a skeptical or a more cynical point of view, if we're needing to keep a healthy level of cynicism so that we don't get taken for a ride, especially in romantic relationships, and be wary of selfish love. Be wary of people that in your romantic relationships, if the people that you find yourself attracted to are people that fill their own cup without ever filling yours, because it's one thing to fill your own cup and then overflow into others. It's another thing to fill your own cup and not give a shit about anyone else's cup. If you find yourself drawn to those kinds of people, I feel like reverse psychology, reverse meaning to that, in my experience, has meant that I actually needed to focus on filling my own cup and not overflowing into that person's. Maybe we need to be on the lookout for the selfish kind of love that we need to give ourselves, that we're seeking out in finding selfish partners. So be selfish with yourself in that aspect, but in a more collective consciousness, like on that level, I feel like this answer would mean we need to love ourselves in order to overflow, like truly deeply to our core. Stop trying to fix ourselves, stop trying to escape ourselves, and just really love ourselves and keep our own internal flame lit so that we can share our warmth with others, in a way that's more authentic and more sincere. All of the coffee talks lately have really threaded together so nicely, and they're not all live at this point, but when they do all go live, I feel like if you watch them all, you'll see that thread, but that seems to be the energy at play. But let's go ahead and read what the deck says, as Ivy Hart Vallow, the creators of the deck, want it to be known. Selfish lover means a selfish lover refers to an individual within a romantic relationship who prioritizes their own needs, desires, and satisfaction over their partners. They exhibit a lack of consideration, empathy, or effort in meeting their partner's sexual or emotional needs. A selfish lover may focus primarily on their own pleasure, disregarding their partner's preferences, boundaries, or emotional well-being. This behavior can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction, neglect, or resentment in the relationship. This could totally, again, symbolize something very true even in individual circumstances. Developing a healthy and satisfying romantic connection requires mutual respect, communication, and willingness to prioritize and attend to each other's needs for a fulfilling and balanced sexual and emotional experience. Okay, so collectively, obviously, again, when you're using this deck, you can definitely use it on a more individual experience, but because I'm hosting this as like an open group hangout, coffee talk, session, card flip while we drink our drinks, I would look at this to mean, or use this as a mirror to more of the collective consciousness that maybe to break through that level of selfishness that we see collectively. And in order to get to a place where we're willing to communicate with one another as separate earthlings, but living together on this planet, and have a sense of mutual respect and a willingness to prioritize and attend to each other, caring for one another on the planet, while also allowing ourselves to feel fulfilled and balanced within our own lives. Like, we've got to stop only thinking of ourselves. You know what? I love that. I love that this deck is specific to love, because I feel like that really is on a collective scale what the world could use more of. The world needs more love right now, but we're not going to get it if we're all being selfish lovers. But also, I repeat, use this as a warning. If you are attracted to the selfish lover, if you're attracted to somebody that prioritizes their own desires, needs, and satisfaction over yours, to me, like as a friend or a sister, or like, I don't know, if we were hanging out and you told me that, I would be like, fulfill your own needs, desires, and satisfactions. Because usually when we're chasing that kind of energy, it's because we innately don't have it ourselves. So use that even as a mirror to mirror back to you that this might be a really good time to prioritize your own desires, needs, and satisfaction over anybody else's if you chase selfish lovers. So those are the Aradia's Oracle decks. If you guys are interested, I'm going to leave a link down below. I plan on doing more card readings, so you guys will get to see lots of different, I have like so many, I have such a large deck collection now that I definitely plan on doing more of these into the new year. But this one in particular, they're doing a Kickstarter program right now to get these decks, up and out into the world. So if you're interested, I'm going to leave links down below. Definitely go check them out. Thank you to Aradia's Oracle for sponsoring today's talk. Cheersing you a large cup of tea. Actually, I've drank like 3/4 of it. So a quarter cup of tea, and I will chat with you guys all in the next one. Bye, everyone.